You ever have one of those light bulb moments, a brilliant idea, something you're absolutely sure about, but when you try to explain it, you just get blank stares? Well, today, we're going to fix that. We're going to break down how to take your vision and make it so clear, so compelling, that people can't help but lean in and listen.
It's a super common problem, right? And it's so frustrating. You know your idea has legs, you know it can make a difference, but it just fizzles out. The reason often isn't about the idea itself. It's about how it's communicated. And that gap, that's what we're closing today.
So how do we do it? How do we build that bridge? We're going to walk through a really powerful framework that helps take your concept from just an idea rattling around in your head to something that has a real, measurable impact on the world. Okay, let's get into it. Now, our guide for this whole explainer comes from the Flying Wings online school. They're this incredible organization that really lives and breathes this stuff. They don't just talk about the theory, they actually use these principles to get education to people who need it the most. And the core concept, the real key that unlocks everything, is something called a value proposition. I know, it sounds a little corporate, a little jargony, but I promise you it's actually a super simple, super powerful tool for literally anyone with an idea.
So what the heck is it? A value proposition is basically your elevator pitch, but way better. It's one clear, crisp statement that answers 4 mission-critical questions. Who are you helping? What's their problem? How do you solve it? And what makes your solution the one to bet on?
But really, if you boil it all the way down, it comes back to this one fundamental question. What value do you provide and to whom? If you can't answer that in a heartbeat, your idea is going to struggle to get off the ground. It's that simple.
And why do we care so much about nailing this? Because a strong value proposition is like a magnet. It pulls in the people you need. We're talking funders, users, partners, you name it. It also forces you to focus on solving real problems, not just cool ideas. And it makes sure you don't get lost in all the noise out there.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. And frankly, it's where a lot of people trip up. To figure out your value, you have to know exactly who you're talking about. And that means understanding this crucial difference between your beneficiaries and your customers.
They might sound the same, but listen, beneficiaries and customers can be 2 totally different groups of people. Your beneficiaries are the ones who actually use your thing, the people whose lives get better because of what you do. Your customers, they're the ones who foot the bill. And here's the key takeaway. They are not always the same person. Let's start with the beneficiary. This is the person whose problem you're trying to solve. They're the whole reason you're doing this. Think about students in a free online school. They're the beneficiaries. They get the value, the education, but they aren't the ones paying for it. And then you've got the customer. These are the enablers. They provide the money, the resources that make your solution possible. In that same school example, the customer might be an NGO or a donor who believes in the mission. The value they get is seeing the impact your work creates. Okay, so we've got the theory down. Now, let's get practical. How do you actually sit down and write one of these powerful statements for your own idea? Everything, and I mean everything, starts with empathy. Before you write a single word, you have to get inside the heads of your beneficiaries. What are their day-to-day struggles really like? What are they trying to do? A great solution is never about what you want to build. It's always about what they truly need.
Now, check this out. Our source material gives us this incredibly simple but powerful formula. It's basically a fill-in-the-blanks that connects 3 key things. You start with a specific target group, then you state the solution you provide, and finally, you spell out the clear benefit they get. It's genius because it forces you to be specific.
Let's run through a few examples so you can see how this works. For education, the target group is girls with access to school. Super specific. The solution? Online learning classes. And the benefit? Continue their education safely. Boom! In one sentence, you get the entire mission. And this isn't just for nonprofits, not at all. It works perfectly for small businesses. Check this out. Who's it for? Busy families. What's the solution? Healthy homemade meals. And the benefit? They save time and eat well. You instantly understand what problem it solves.
Or how about tutoring? Instead of something vague like, we help kids in school, this statement targets a specific pain point, struggling with homework, and offers a clear benefit, better understanding. It's so much more direct and effective.
Let's look at a social enterprise, where the impact can be life-changing. For this clean water project, the value isn't just selling a filter, it's the fundamental benefit of clean and safe drinking water. You immediately grasp how important this work is. And one more. This one's all about empowerment. This statement isn't just about training, it's about creating economic freedom. See the pattern? In every single one of these examples, the formula shifts the focus from what you do to the value you create for other people.
So, you've used the formula, you've crafted your statement. What's the ultimate goal here? What are you really trying to achieve to make sure your idea doesn't just launch, but that it actually sticks?
The end game for all of this work is something called problem-solution fit. This is that magic moment. It's when your beneficiaries feel like your solution was designed just for them. It's when you're no longer pushing an idea out into the world, you're pulling people towards it because it so perfectly solves a problem they actually care about.
And to get to that magic moment, you have to avoid these common traps. Don't be vague about who you're serving. Don't fall in love with your solution before you've fallen in love with their problem. Always focus on the people. And hey, don't forget about the customer who's making it all possible.
Every great idea, and I mean yours too, has the potential to create real, meaningful value for someone out there. The only thing standing between that potential and reality is clarity. So I'll leave you with this to think about. What value do you provide, and to whom?